Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my live stream here on the Geo Scholar. I'm going to get a glass of water. With March 22nd, 2018 being World Water Day, it's a day about awareness about one of the planet's most precious resources, water. And you got to really think about this. The Earth. Most of the Earth is water. Water being the important source of life. It's a habitat for marine animals. It's how people who fish, they got to get their food, got to have that water. No water, no fish. People drink water. Now, with the earth being majority water, most of the water on this earth is not drinkable. Most of it's ocean water, most of it's salty, saline. You can't drink it, it'll make you sick. And therefore, that leaves you with only a small amount of water on the earth that you can drink. And that water is not distributed across the planet evenly. Many places have more water than others. And with that being said, I wanted to talk about the geopolitics of water. You know, with water being one of the most precious resources on this planet, it is often something that people are willing to fight for. And one of the things that now you just got to think about this. Many people, you got to think wars are often fought over water. I mean, wars are often fought over resources, you know, trying to get control of resources, trying to get as many resources as you can. But for the most part, let's see. If I don't see your comments, I'm sorry. I don't think anyone's in. Oh well. Well, one of the important things about water, it's a resource that many people have wanted to fight over. And it's the reason people would want to get control of certain rivers, certain areas of a place because of the aquifers that are in that region. Many cases, getting control of the waterways because you want to have control of the shipping that's in that area. When you really think about it, water, in many cases, is often a resource that people fight for harder than anything else because you have to think about water and what it represents. For instance, I'm drinking something. I'm drinking water. I have water to drink. In many places, water is not so easy to come by because either A, the infrastructure is not there to bring clean water, or in some places it's the desert regions, so they have to figure out other ways to get water. In many places, you have desalination plants. They get water from the sea, and they take it to those plants, desalinize the water, get the salt out of it, to make it drinkable. Because that's really the only way to, get water. But then you have to really think about this. I bring up geopolitics because I want to bring up something. Right now, when we think about the Middle East and we think about the wars that are being fought, we often think about the oil. We think about the oil. We think about the fossil fuels that are being fought for over there. We don't think about one important resource, you know? And when you really think about the geography of the Middle East, it will make sense to you. We don't think about water. Right now, there is one major resource over, oil, obviously, there's a lot of wars over there, and people often think about oil. Very few people think about water. Right now, there are some water related conflicts going over there that not a whole lot of people are paying attention to. And in many cases, that is a big, big control factor. That's a big factor that many people look at more. But you look at a place, for instance, you look at Israel, you look at Syria, Jordan. You know, right now, Jordan is peaceful, but Syria is having problems right now. You look at you look at Israel, you look at Syria, you look at those areas in Southwest Asia. In fact, I'm going to bring the globe. You look at that area of the earth right there around. You get Syria right there, Jordan there, Israel down there. You've got the Palestinian territories to your east. And really, when you think about it, you have the Jordan River Valley. You have the Jordan River, you have a couple of lakes, and you have Lake Tiberias, also known as the Sea of Galilee. You've got Lake Kinneret. You have to think about right now in that area, water is a big there's a big fight for control over the Jordan River Valley. And there's a fight for control over the aquifers in the region. Why? Water. You have to really think about it. That's a desert region. And in this desert region, water is a big concern. And with water being the big, big, big concern, it's all about, is there going to be enough water for everyone? How do we distribute the water? How do we get control of the water resources? Because you're in a desert region and there's not enough water. And, for the countries that have a coastline along the Mediterranean, the answer is desalination plants. But if you go further inland, where, you got to make do with the aquifers, you got to make do with the river. And that's something you have to really consider. You have to consider how everyone's trying to get control of the Jordan River. Why? Water, a source of fresh water. And when you really think about that, you think about how water is going to be a major factor in terms of geopolitics in the future. See, right now we're paying attention to oil. We pay attention to oil. But we need to pay attention to water resources. Because today being World Water Day, we need to really think about this resource that we have on the planet and the role that it's going to continue to play in the future for mankind. This is why this is one major reason why you should never be littering at all, because you really think about, you think, no big deal, dump that trash somewhere. You got to think it will rain some way, somehow. Any time you litter, that litter might end up in a creek somewhere. And that creek could be the tributary to a river. And rivers lead to the oceans. And so you got to, makes you wonder where a lot of the ocean's trash comes from. It's not just from the beaches. Many cases, the trash comes from further away. It's not directly thrown in there, but it might end up there because, tributaries have to lead somewhere. They got to lead to the rivers, lead to the oceans, and, the drill. But you really think about how important water is and how it's going to, we have a growing population on the earth. But the water resource, you have to really think about it. How much water do we have? Will it be enough? And then we have to think about the pollution, because if you pollute the water, it's not going to just affect you where you are. It's going to affect the people downstream from you. It's going to affect the people who live on the coast, because that pollution is going to keep going somewhere. You think about what a lot of our rivers have meant. And then you have to really think about that is just this is one reason why you have to think about water in the way that you do. You have to think about water from the human aspect, the geographic aspect, the strategic aspect. You must understand that. And that is what I have to say about this subject. If you like this video, check out other videos on my channel. Follow me on Twitter. And as always, like and subscribe. I plan to do more live streams in the future. Thank you for watching.